It's been a while, and when working my other videos, I started thinking about what to do for the next chapter of the Bojack Horseman retrospective, and while having a bit of trouble with that video, it got me thinking about a big one I wanted to talk about for a while, and that is the finale of Bojack Horseman itself. Now, I've done a video in the past before about why show finales are usually so emotional, and I still stand by what I said there, but I wanted to exactly take a deep look on the Bojack one, because I have seen many conflicting videos left and right over it being bad, some saying it's good, or others saying it's just confusing and weird. In my opinion, I think it's an absolutely perfect finale, and today I'm going to show you why.
See you on the other side.
Oh, Bojack, no. There is no other side. This is it.
Now, before the finale was the perfect episode, The View from Halfway Down. An utterly perfect, beautiful episode that takes a deep dive on death itself and what we leave behind in this world. A view that gives us such terrifying views on it, how our mind is just slowly darkening as we go through what we feel like we have to, and us remembering everything and wondering if it's worth it. It gave us this perfect deep dive on Bojack's life, everything he went through, and how in the end of the day, if what he did was truly worth it or not. Him reflecting on the people who have died around him, and the fact that even in the life of fame, people will only care about you more as a dead figure than an actual person, as we've seen with Sarah Lynn in the show, and even in real life with figures such as Michael Jackson, that ends up sadly being the case. As it ended on a somber note of Bojack finally accepting his fate and passing away. Many people argued that the show should have ended right here, and to be fair, I was one of those people. It was a perfect bookend to such a dark and serious show, and ended up giving such closure on so many things, including Bojack's own very life. But then if you wait, you hear the heartbeat monitor start up again, showing that, yes, this was not truly the finale, he is still alive. Many people were mixed on this. Several have even said they outright prefer this to the finale and call it as such, and they are genuinely furious that it didn't end that way. And like I said in the beginning, I agreed. It seemed perfect on every level as a finale. But then the true finale came out. And on a couple reviewings and a couple rewatches of the BoJack Horseman show, I slowly grew to like the true finale and slowly grew to understand why it's perfect. And here's the reason why. I think, despite the perfect death episode, the true finale is actually the right way to go.
I think there are people that help you become the person that you end up being, and you can be grateful for them, even if they were never meant to be in your life forever.
So the true finale, it was fun while it lasted, starts off by revealing Bojack was saved by the random family who now lives in his house after he lost it. Long story, go watch the show. And he, although saved, was then arrested due to breaking and entering as he was in a drunken state, assuming that was his home still. And now he is in prison, which the creator of Bojack himself said, well, we weren't going to do a finale without Bojack paying for everything he's done. It just wasn't going to work that way. You had to see the repercussions. And he is right, so the point of this finale tackles him finally giving some sort of payment or justification and justice to people over everything he's done throughout the events of the show. As it takes a somber note. The show ends up giving a somber note of just him, after being in prison, being let out for a bit just to go see Princess Carolyn's wedding with her assistant, as it ends up turning to this weird, very calm note of Bojack just interacting with all the characters of the show, just seeing how they are, and seeing some things either bookend, or hilariously some things not, like with Mr. Peanut Butter.
So, without further ado, let's say goodbye to the era of Hollywood forever and say hello to Hollywood!
It ends up giving just a calm epilogue feel, where this is more just us just seeing the motions pass by as everyone slowly says their goodbyes. The creator himself said the whole purpose of this ending was to teach one lesson, and it was that the answer at the end of the day to true happiness and everybody to have a happily ever after was if Bojack went away. The episode ends on a sad yet somber note where everyone ends up being okay due to the fact they cut Bojack away from their lives. Todd finally is proud of himself, has his own life going, and finally met somebody thanks to not wanting to be around Bojack. Princess Carolyn herself, even when Bojack thinks about going back into acting and using her as an agent again, says that she'll recommend somebody for him, but it will not be her this time, and she will not go down that road again, which good for her. She now has her own daughter and her own life. Even Diane finally, after almost having a breakdown, almost losing everything due to getting Bojack's voicemail of him dying, chose to finally go back to Guy and just go and have a happy life, and just choosing to have a happy life without Bojack. It's sad, but it ends up being true. The creator of Bojack, Raphael himself, said, "Sadly, in most things of life, there are certain people in this world that just cannot have a happy ever after. Your best bet is to push them away and just have a life without them. That's how the world works. Sometimes a person is just too broken to move on or be happy." And that's what he really wanted to show in this finale. It ends with everything cleaning up and everything being fine due to Bojack finally being shunned away, which is sad with people wanting him to finally be happy, but sometimes in the end of the day, life's not that simple.
Hey, wouldn't it be funny if this night was the last time we ever talked to each other?
And then finally, the final moment that ends up pulling this episode over the edge and making it as great as it is. It ends with Bojack just having an honest and just simple talk with Diane. They talk about things that happened in their life, what it led to, how they are now, and how in the end of the day, they're just friends and that's it. It ends on them just having a casual conversation about Bojack talking about a silly thing that happened to him in prison, and they're just being cordial with each other as she just reflects on everything she went through and how she's happy now without him. As we then hit that nice note of Bojack uttering those lines, basically teasing and letting us know that the show is yes over, basically giving us a sentence for the title of the episode, "It was fun while it lasted," and then the camera just pans up as we just watch them sit with each other on the rooftop like they did in the first season, reflecting the opening of the show as the outro of the show, as the beautiful song Mr. Blue ends up playing. This song is utterly beautiful. If you listen to the words of the song carefully, it genuinely sounds like a song that Diane would sing to Bojack. The lyrics sound of a girl singing to a guy who is trying to make him happy and trying to make him understand why she had to go, and feeling sorry of how broken he is. No joke, you should listen to it for yourself. If you listen to the song and listen to it from the point of view of Diane singing to Bojack, it's utterly beautiful. It talks about the struggles, the things he went through, and those words of "Mr. Blue, please don't hold your head down, but I have to go." All words perfectly matching with the tone and what the whole point of this finale is. And the show did end on a note that was true. In the end of the day, it was fun while it lasted. And this show truly embodies that title. They just hang out, they just have fun, they just reflect, and then they just sit there while they let the music play them out, having no more to say, and having the show finally over. In the end of the day, I think this finale is utterly perfect for the reasons I stated before. It's calm, it's niche, and it ends up just being just well, let's have a big final goodbye chat with all of our characters and then move on. It ends up reflecting on all the notes before, even that perfect scene of Bojack finally not hating Honeydew anymore, which was, I'm actually happy that they added that in. That was a funny ending note. And just seeing the characters finally move on. The finale reflects real life itself. Yeah, it was nothing crazy, nothing wild, as is real life. Real life's the same way. We don't have big wild endings or big final moments. We just have somber goodbyes, or we just leave it and we just go. The show reflects life itself perfectly, where sometimes there is no big grand gestures or big grand finales. It's just a somber goodbye, and then we move on with our lives. As does the world keep turning and moves on from us like we never existed. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was my own deep look on the finale of Bojack that I've been wanting to do for a long while. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said before, please write in the comments your thoughts on this finale, how you saw it. I always love to read your guys' points of views on Bojack and chat about it in the comments. Also, write down any other episodes you want me to cover or any other shows you want me to give my deep look on. And also, like and subscribe. It helps out so much. And thank you guys so much for all the support you've given me over the years. Next up will be an episode of Jetpack Retro, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.